Let me tell you something. The moment I get enough money, I'm deactivating all my accounts. Like me, people who got real money, they not on social media trying to flaunt it.
You don't want to have kids. Why don't you want to have kids? You feel like you're not gonna be a good parent?
Oh, not that. I would be an amazing parent. Men don't really help much. Most people are low-key single parents and they don't know it. I had a dad, contrary to what like people, may say like fatherless behavior, but I know my dad, okay? I feel like people are just like having kids. Why do people think social media is real? It's not real. Like I get there and lie. Like I lie. I can sexualize myself all I want because I don't really care about sex.
Don't believe in like spirit, dying, afterlife.
Oh, no. I mean, like, that's for people who want to believe that their suffering means more. But, like, no, you just suffer.
But you've never experienced love. It means nothing.
Oh, that was a joke. That was a joke. I love it. I don't think I'm even capable of feeling it.
So you're an orphan.
Yeah.
Hey, my good people, welcome to another episode of Sounds Good Enough. Today, I have someone who's going to be teaching us on the online business, on the online sales business. How you doing, man?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. So, when we were talking on WhatsApp and I asked you, like, what's your preferred drink? You said, like, tea,
Tea, yeah.
which is something you're drinking now. Are you anti-alcohol?
I'm not anti-alcohol.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of anything that makes me feel weird. Like alcohol, anything that's hallucinogenic. It's just makes me feel weird.
Is it like something that you've started to do recently or you've never like
Oh,
been a
never been a
fan of?
fan.
Okay. Well, that's
I mean,
quite
sometimes you get a little heartbreak and you're like, oh, I need a bottle of wine. But other than that, no.
Do you keep a bottle of wine at your place?
I mean, there's always a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
You don't know when you actually you're gonna find yourself down bad. So the thing is, sometimes you might actually end up down bad at 11 p.m. There's nothing you can do at 11 p.m. So you gotta be safe.
Hmm.
Gotta be safe that
Keep one bottle in I just stored
exactly.
away.
So
Just
one day you're just gonna be in a very messed up situation. And you need wine. But you know what? There's wine. There's wine in the house, so you're good.
I actually recently stopped drinking. Jen, I know people will say like, oh, it's like a New Year's
Yeah,
resolution. You'll start
that's
again.
so new. Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
New Year resolutions don't work.
They don't work, but the reason I stopped was alcohol actually started to make me sick. Like I would drink and I would feel horrible. Like I get it. Like people would say like, oh, it's the hangover. No, like even if
Oh,
it's like one or
I
two.
don't know what's wrong with alcohol, but like the few times I've drank, like in the past few months, the recovery like rate is like 2 days. And I'm 2 to 3 days. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not wasting like
Oh yeah.
2-3 days over like few hours of that's not happening.
What's your like remedy for a hangover?
I sleep and I just like drink lots of water and that's it.
Okay.
Because alcohol kind of dehydrates you. So
Yeah. So it's like electrolytes they call it. Like you lose your electrolytes when you're drinking. It's not like the same as when you don't drink water. It's like another step off. So normally I would like take water and like a bit of salt as well,
yeah.
or
And
also like Powerade as
yeah,
well
I
does
get you.
help,
Yeah.
and spicy food.
Yeah. You gotta have,
Spicy food. Yes.
this is how Chicken Licken stays in business. The morning after,
Yeah.
you just gotta order in like wings. That's it.
It's like a hangover meal.
Remedy.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you are in the OnlyFans business, huh? How did you start and why did you get into like OnlyFans?
I was honestly trolling. Like, I was trolling. Like, I thought it's a joke. And it just like made me like about $1,000 in like the first month. I'm like,
Jeez.
and we onto something here,
Jeez.
people. We onto something.
Okay.
We onto something,
Yeah.
And so I just decided, all right, fuck my job.
Did you used to have a job before that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do always have a job here and there. I don't work because I need the money. I work because I just want to work. I don't like just sitting. So sometimes I do get a job and then I work for like a couple of months
Okay.
and then I just quit after.
You mean like even now or like prior to like
No,
when you started?
I have like I quit like a few weeks ago.
A
Like
few weeks ago. Okay.
yeah.
So are you quitting jobs when people are wanting jobs? When are you quitting jobs?
Well, they say people who actually don't want jobs are like the luckiest when it comes to jobs. I actually been like on LinkedIn a bit lately when I'm bored, and I just like applied to like at least 5 a day.
Okay. Does it not hurt your application though? Like with like your when they do background checks? I don't think
I
South
think
Africa
I'm
does, but
good
yeah.
at what I do. I don't, at the end of the day, I'm good at what I do. So also, it's like I don't really need the money, so you can offer me as low as you want. Because I just want to not be at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like right now, I could just go to a restaurant and be like, "Do you guys want like waitresses? I'll work for just tips only. I don't really care, but like only when I'm free."
So kahle when you're making enough money to not want money, that's what you say. So
Yeah,
like
I'm
when
not.
you
I don't really care that much about money. I'm not materialistic. I don't believe in capitalism. I don't believe in like money. I'm okay with what I make. I can pay for my
are you
apartment.
just saying that for the sake of the podcast, or do you actually like
Oh no,
feeling?
I'm not. Like I think a lot of people can attest to this. Like even people that are close to me, I'm not. I'm very anti-capitalism. I'm happy with what I can afford. I mean, I am capitalizing off being sexualized, but at the end of the day, I'm happy to afford my place.
Okay.
I can pay for my fees. I can do whatever I want during the day. I can do little getaways here and there. I'm okay with that. Like it makes me happy. Like yeah, I'm happy with that. I don't need more. I feel like people that are like multi-millionaires and like billionaires are just greedy.
Okay. So when you don't want to have the lifestyle where you can buy like your Versace's, your
I'm
Gucci,
not
have
into
like a
into like name brands and all that stuff. I don't really care. I'm not into fashion also. I don't really care much about clothes. Like I'm not into any of that. I'm not into cars. I don't know what a Toyota is and like a BMW. I don't know, is are they under the same company? I don't know. I don't know anything about cars. Like I don't care. I really don't care.
like people hearing you saying this, don't you think people will say like you are ignorant to some
I'm not,
extent? Yeah.
look, I'm not ignorant. I have things that I'm passionate about. There's things that I'm very passionate
Like
about.
what?
Let's just say like science stuff. I'm very passionate about it. Like I'm very passionate about that, and a bit of art. I'm very passionate about that. There's like a few things that I love. Look, I will obsess over like maybe the mundane also. Like that's what I love. But like name brand, bro, I don't know. Like I don't know nothing. I don't also feel like it's stupid. Like you are going to spend so much money because this is Fendi. Like what it's
I mean, it's the material, the status that
no,
comes
but you
with
do
it,
know
and
like
like
how
if you
much
can
the
afford as well.
production is. Like sometimes the production is like $4 per like the tea, and then they're gonna sell it to you for like thousands of like dollars. That's insane.
But that's how it works. I mean, certain things are not necessarily, you're not buying the product itself. You're buying like what it
But
represents,
I
right?
want to wear the product. Like I'm just trying to wear clothes. Like don't really care what it. Look, I'll tell people this. If you see these boots,
Hmm.
they were like 700. But you know what I did? I waited for them to get to 400, and then I bought them when they were 400. And then I got a discount, so they ended up being 300 and something. This, I got it on flash sale. It was probably like 30 something bucks. This, it came with a top for it, and it was like 97.
Okay. So,
I don't really care, but look, I just wear whatever the fuck I
oh,
want.
she know.
What exactly? Oh, any online store. Look, if it looks good, I'm buying it. I don't care if it's like I'm not gonna buy something plain because it's written Gucci. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it's a very interesting take
Like,
because
it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I'm into things that are cute and adorable as long as they make sense to me. But like now to a point where I'm like, if another brand sells this for like maybe let's just say $50, and then I can get this for like $3, but like it doesn't
yo, why are
have.
you talking in dollars? Eh? We are.
Sorry.
and she says it's cheap. Man, she's like, okay, let's see. You said what?
I'm saying like something like the same thing but from like different stores. Like on Shein I can get it for like $3, but on maybe another store I can get it for like $50. Why would I go for the $50 one? Because it has a tag that says I got this at this specific store. No, no, I'm gonna look the same. I'm not trying to look rich. Look, one thing I'll tell people that are rich, they're not trying to look rich. Look, let me tell you something. The moment I get enough money, like I'm deactivating all my accounts. Like anyone that's online trying to sell you life that I'm like, oh my gosh, I make so much money. It's because they're actually using social media to make that money. People who got real money, they're not on social media trying to flaunt it, make it look like they have money. Now, if I have money,
what's enough money to you?
Let's just say a couple of millions. Like anything from
Sure.
5. Anything from 5. I'm off grade.
Your statement is a bit contradicting though itself because you're saying you don't really care about money.
I don't care
but
about
you say
money,
that, yeah.
but like I still need to live. But what I'm saying is, if I actually ever get to a safety net where I'm like, I have my own house like that not even my own house, even if it's just an apartment that I bought, and I don't really care about cars. Uber's okay. It's convenient. But if I'm ever like in a place where it's like I have to drive, it's probably I want a house near lake, like like way far from everyone. If I can just do that and maybe get like a very small car that's just able to like move through, I'm good. No one's gonna see me. No one's gonna see me. All I want is just that and a small garden and a couple of animals, like just so that there can be like a bit of sound going on there. Because I don't ever want to have kids. I don't think I want to like get a date or like whatever. I'm good.
You don't want to have kids? Why don't you want to have kids? You feel like you're not gonna be a good parent?
Oh, not that. I would be an amazing parent. I just don't want to do it. It's like a lot of work, and I'm not doing it. I feel like it would make me miserable. Kids are very annoying. Like they're cool. You ever spend like time with your nephews? The first 3 days are so fun, and then after that's like, bro, can you shut the fuck up? It's like now I'm trying to think. Like I have real life problems.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. And then after that, I still need to like, I'm sorry.
Still have to deal with you now.
Nope.
Yeah. But I think you're going to have like a partner and that partner is going to take that weight off you as well.
Most people who actually, most people are single parents, but they don't know it. Men don't really help much when it comes to kids. Like, most people are low-key single parents and they don't know it. Like, you could be married, but you're still a single parent.
Sure.
Because what is a man doing? Playing with the kids? That's it?
Don't you think, like, the men these days are different? I get it with, like, the older men.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, in the older days,
I don't think, like, my dad, I had a dad, contrary to what, like, people, may say, like, fatherless behavior, but I know my dad, okay? I'll tell you, my mom was a single parent there. Like, I'll tell you that.
But at different times, though. It's not the same. Like, we're
but
actually
that made
having...
sense because my mom was a stay-at-home, wife. But now... we in an economy where no one can afford to be a stay-at-home like parent. You see the problem? Now both of you guys are going to work, or both of you guys probably run business or
There's
whatever.
nannies as well.
You guys are working. I mean, like if you can afford to, but let's talk about people that can afford to.
Okay, yeah.
And then when you're done, you still have to cook, clean, take care of the kids, and the man just sits there on the couch. We were both working. We were both work. I'm sorry. Like this sounds like prison to me. I can't. Like it's a jail. Like this world is a prison.
But
I
that's why
can't.
I'm saying, like, it's not the same anymore. We have guys who they come back from work and they sit with their kids, they play with the kids until the kid is while the parent, while like the mother is doing something in the other room. It's a thing these
I've
days,
looked
you know.
at bringing a life into this earth is like a very, I don't know. It's like half of you and half of someone. Okay.
Mm.
And that's like a permanent thingy of, oh, I've met this person in all 8 billion people, which is like insane. Because sometimes it's like, do I like you enough to procreate with you? I feel like people are just like having kids and no one understand how deep like the whole thing is. That's half of you. That's half of someone. That's proof that there's two people that have lived and loved and actually came together to create something.
Yeah.
And people are just like having kids, bro. Like they just having kids. I'm like, that's insane. Look, I don't think I'd ever have a kid. Not with any. Okay, maybe there's one dude that I've met that I would consider having a kid. But like he can have the kid.
Are you like seeing the person right now,
Nah.
or are you just imagining it happen?
Look, if it was him, I wouldn't be mad. I would be mad, but I would be like not be mad.
Sure.
But everyone else, I'm naming that baby heaven because that is where it's going.
Do people date you for you though, and not for like because online you're a very sexual person and people might just want to have fantasies, their fantasies fulfilled?
Oh yeah, I feel like they just have to date me for me. Like I'm gonna keep it real. Like my personality is birth control.
No, I'm saying, do people date you for you? I'm not saying they should. I'm asking.
No,
do
like
they?
they don't have a choice because like if you're gonna have to tolerate me, unfortunately, and you're gonna meet the real me. I'm not gonna act like the social media me. And
So there's two you, the social media you, and
why do people think social media is real? It's not real. You get that lie, bro. Like I get that lie. Like I lie.
So there's no level to some truth though. Like,
Nah,
that's the.
not true. Even like the way I'm just dressed like this because I'm coming to a podcast. Like you find me at home, I'm in like an oversized hoodie and my hair's not even done and I'm walking around with socks and I'm in like huge ass pants. That's it. And then when I'm not at home, then I'm at the library because fuck, I decided I actually have a thing for like studying, so I just go to school and like stuff. And I read a lot of books, so it's like I'm at the library most of the time.
What are you reading right now?
I'm not reading any. The only book I'm reading is.
But you said you read
No,
a lot
I'm
of books.
like I wish I could read a book at the moment,
Yeah.
but I have like school stuff that I need to like. But I do have a couple of books that I bought, but I haven't had the opportunity to read because I have to study. Like,
What are you
school.
studying?
I'm studying botany.
What's that?
Study of plants.
Okay. Cool. So it sounds to me, right, that a lot of people, I mean, they get their jobs so that they can get money to live their lives and all of that. It sounds to me that you are in a state where financially you're free-ish, and now you kind of are like doing side quests, basically. Like you say, like you got a job and now you're like studying plants. You said something about science. It's like you're doing so many things. Is it like to...
That's the fun part of it. Look, I'm not here. Unlike most people, I'm not here on earth to have a purpose. I'm sorry, that's for like people with religion that would make you think, oh, your life has a purpose. Mine doesn't, and I'm okay with it. I love living my life. Look, I wake up and I decide, oh, I want to go have a job, and I get a job, and then until I'm like, not really, and then I wake up, I'm like, I'm going to school. And then I go to like uni, and then I drop out at some point because I'm like, nah, this is not for me. But then I would actually go back at some point when I feel like it, and then I'll graduate, and then I'll decide again. Oh wait, let me just do something, and then I drop out, and I'm like, okay, let me just try something else, and then I go do that, and I study again, And sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to go vixen for a couple of people, and I go vixen and I make money of it. Also, it's like money inside. I'm like, oh, I want to go direct like a couple of videos. Oh, and I do that. Oh, I want to whatever. My life is basically side quests, and I'm loving it. I don't want to be
like do something one thing and just
stick to
continue
one
and
thing.
stick to it.
No,
You're
no.
never gonna get to a point where you're like, Ish, I'm tired of doing these things. I just want something that I can like do, that's relaxing, that I can get my money and go home.
Look, I still want I want to build like a social media presence so strong that, like, you know what, even when I'm like 30, my OF is still running and making money, so I can just go travel as much as I want, but at the same time I'm like a very cool scientist that actually has an OF. So there's this article that I follow. She's like a software developer, and she's busy posting cosplay in like bunny ass costumes, and like I'm like, that's it.
What do you actually post on your OF though?
I post my boobs.
So mainly your boobs.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a person to person kind of like content.
Oh no, I'm not really into sex. I feel like it's just too much work. I would not do that.
Okay. So, but does that make you money though? Like in terms of just posting your boobs as in compared to like if you were to doing it with like a person to person type of thing?
Like, I've never thought about doing it from like person to person. I've never. Again, I'm not that into sex. It's too much work. It's a lot, and I'm lazy. I'm a very lazy person. I'll accept it. Sex is just too much work.
So a lot of people, when they hear you like say these kind of things, it's a little bit contradicting because you say that you're not into sex,
It's
but you
easy.
sell
It's
sex
easy to
content.
sexualize yourself when you're not into sex. It's easy.
How so?
It's just easy because I can sexualize myself all I want because I don't really care about sex. It doesn't hold anything to me
Hmm.
because I don't care.
I am
Like,
gonna.
I can just go, like, I can just stop. Like, right now, I stop. I'm not dating. I'm not having sex. I'm not doing anything.
Hmm.
I don't mind. I really don't mind. And all I do is just wake up and, like, just find something to fixate on every day. And then, like, I'm starting a small business on the side. I find things to distract myself with, like, that are actually fun. And I don't have to do emotional labor for a man. So, whoop, yay. And that's a win for me, okay?
Yeah.
That's a win.
Honestly, you are like a very wild person. Like your life just seems like seems like a game. It seems like a. Do you know Roblox? I don't know if you know Roblox. Like,
I've heard of it, but I've never.
Roblox is like this like mini game thing where it has like multiple games. So your thing is similar to that. It's like you're doing this. Oh, I'm not doing this anymore. Doing that, and it's quite interesting. But
It's fun. It's fun. I don't want to take life serious. It's not real. Life is not real. I mean, for starters, this shit is not real. So it's like, why bother? Why bother? It's not even real. 2 to 3 generations from now, no one's even gonna remember that you existed or what you did or the fact that you fell in public or whatever. All your most embarrassing moments. No one's gonna care.
do you not feel like you should live a purposeful life in a sense of
Oh,
like a normal life? Like
no, why would I want a normal life? Like that. That's just how everyone's conditioned. I mean, like, good for you. If like a purposeful life is good, I mean, not good for you, but I don't feel like mine should.
should flow that way.
Mm?
Should flow that way.
I do whatever I want, and I just, you know what? I just let life happen to me because at the end of the day, I don't feel like life has a purpose. Like, look, in the scheme of things and like the entire universe, we are nothing. Like, our lives are just nothing. Like, even if the earth exploded, it doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing to the. It doesn't matter. Like, we don't matter.
So you believe we're just like matter and
We just
oxygen
like
and like
cosmic
there's no.
scatter. Just, yeah.
You don't believe in like spirit and like dying and afterlife and all those things.
No. I mean, like, that's for people who want to believe that their suffering means more. But, like, no, you're just suffering. That's it. You're just suffering. That's it. There's nothing after this. The same way there was nothing before you were born, there's nothing after you die. So save yourself the torture and, like, everything of, like, bringing more people to earth. It's stupid. You know, this other scientist that was talking about that. That was like, it's useless to actually, like, bring more people on earth, because at the end of the day we're still gonna be extinct. And if we still continue to, like, procreate and, like, whatever, at the end of the day, our galaxy is gonna collapse. It's gonna collide with another one. The sun's gonna burn out. S At some point, like, Jupiter's not really doing that much of a great job at, like, preventing asteroids from us. So, and one of the things is gonna lose its rings. So we're kind of gonna be, like, in a firing line. So we don't really have much time left.
My question to you is, it seems like you're very, you read a lot of science book, watch a lot of YouTube, and
I'm not really into
whole bunch-
YouTube, but
whatever it is that you get your information from. Why then do you not believe in the possibility of, if we die, there is something else?
it's just something that we made because we want to make ourselves feel better. To be honest, to be honest, I don't even think, like, there's other, like, thingies outside of
Other planets?
this. I don't think there is. I just think we just kind of made that up just to make ourselves feel better and, like, not think we're the only ones here and feel like there's, like, some greater purpose to us being here, or we part of something bigger. This is not real. You know how, like, it was not Elon, it was who's this, it's not Brian Cox, it's this other physicist. I forgot what his name.
I don't know physicist.
Anyways, this is what they say. How do we know this is not a simulation? Because
How do we know it's not a simulation?
how do we
as
know?
well?
Because to a point where it's like every simulation comes from another simulation, but to a point where it's like, where do we know which one's the original one? Because we could think that we actually are the original ones that are creating the simulation, which is the AI thing. But then what if the AI also create, like, another simulation that thinks that they the real you? And then to a point where it's like, what if there's, like, are we just nothing? Like, we literally just nothing. We're just someone's, like, little project.
Okay, if we are nothing and nothing means anything, why do you then do what you do?
For
Why do you
fun.
then-
I'm doing this shit for dopamine and serotonin. I could kill myself, but, like, that's, like, a lot of work. Like, I've thought about it, but then I was like, that's
Again,
a lot
why
of
would
work.
you kill yourself as well? if
Because
there's
it's
no-
just stupid. Like, the whole thing, like, existing is so stupid. It's like being alive is stupid. It's like you're desperate to exist or something. I don't know.
So right now, as you stand, you feel like your emotions, what you're feeling right now, even the fact that you said in this one video that you've never experienced love, it means nothing.
Oh, that was a joke. That was a
It
joke.
means nothing to you.
Oh no, I don't think I'm capable of it. I don't think I'm even capable of feeling it. I have only one emotion, and that's just confusion. Like, I'm just always confused. Like, I'm just, like, that's my only emotion. That's the only thing I feel, confusion. Everything else is like,
I've interviewed so many people, but I've never interviewed like someone who kind of just like, I don't even have the English word for it, but in my language is matimba, like my strength just goes. You're like, truly, you believe that nothing matters, your emotions don't matter. You have your only emotion is confusion, which is an emotion as well, which is a feeling. Then
exactly, I'm confused. Like, what is happening here? It's like, instead of, like, whenever I'm like seeing someone, instead of, like, accepting that they, like, want me, I'm like, why? And also, if they, I try to psychoanalyze everything. That's my problem. I just need to understand everything.
How's your relationship with your parents?
They kind of did.
So are you an orphan?
Yeah. Yeah, we could say that.
Okay. But earlier on, you did mention that you have a dad. Like,
No,
it's
I
like
mean, I said I had a dad.
You had
So
a
it's
dad.
like, it's not entirely fatherless behavior because I know my dad. Exactly.
So did they pass away when you were still a child, or like?
My dad passed away when I was like 6. My mom when I was like 13.
And don't you feel like that could also
Trust me.
contribute to,
Dude, I
like,
was like this. Literally, everyone, when I was a kid, everyone's like, thought there's something wrong with me before, like, even all of that happened. I've just been like, and when everyone's like, there's something wrong with this kid. Yeah.
Do you feel like there's something wrong with you, though?
No, I do. You know, like when you're young and you just like that random day you just become fully conscious and now you start asking yourself, okay, let's say the universe was created, but what created the universe? What created the thing that created the universe? What created the nothing that created the universe? What created the thing that created the nothing? Because what if there was nothing, like to expand? Yeah. And I just knew from that moment that I'm cooked for life.
Okay. Since nothing matters, right, to you, and whatever you do, it is what it is. You're gonna die someday. You're gonna know everyone's gonna forget you.
Yeah.
I was watching this other like OnlyFans creator who slept with 1,000 men. Would you do that? Since nothing matters, right?
Look, as I've mentioned, I'm very lazy for sex. Sex is like a lot of work. I'm sorry, guys. It's way too much work.
I get that. Like, but would you do it? Let's say, like, since you're lazy, if you were to just lie down and like 1,000 men were to come in and have sex with you, would you do it?
No, sex is low-key painful, guys. I don't like.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's pain, right? That doesn't matter. You're gonna die either way.
I mean, I am gonna die, but why would I just choose to inconvenience myself? Like, just because I feel like nothing matters, it does not mean that I just want to inconvenience myself. There's things that I'd rather just avoid. I mean, I could just walk out of here and like shoot someone, but it's like, why would I want to do that? That's so much work. I don't even want to do that. Look, I'm lazy, okay? And I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Like, because imagine 1,000 men. What do you mean I have to sit through 1,000? I can't even sit through one. Okay, I don't even do that.
You can't, but you can sit through 99. Since you're saying you can't sit through 100.
I can't even sit through one. Okay, like every time I think about having sex, I think about, here's my problem. I need to feel safe around the person before I have sex with them. So that means like a whole probably few months of like talking. You see the problem. And sometimes I don't want to talk to people, but like for me to actually get to that point, that means we have to hang out and talk for a few months until to a point where I'm like, I feel safe now to actually have sex with this person. Because you know what, maybe they're not a serial killer, maybe they're not. Because you know what, I'm not gonna be taken out this world by a serial killer. Like, I'll do it myself, okay, when I feel like it.
I mean, if they get taken out the world with a serial killer, then it is what it is.
No,
right?
I'd rather do it myself. That's so stupid. It's something that I could have avoided. I'd rather do it myself, okay? But like now,
Why do you make the efforts to avoid things then?
because there's some things. Do you think about like someone's a serial killer and then they like just kind of, you know, traffic, like kidnap you and stuff, and then now they're gonna like torture you. It's like, can't you just kill me? Like, this is like too much work. Like I'm and then it's just a lot. It's like, just do it, bro. Like, don't waste my time. Like, seriously, like, this is so much. Why are you doing this? Like, just do it so you can go back to your life, go back to your next victim. This is too much work. I'm not sure what you enjoy from this, but if I were you, just put a bullet through my skull right now and like get over and done with and get another person. I mean, like, you're trying to up the count, right? Trying to up the body count, and then like, why you still want to sit through and like watch me? That's so much. Also, like, if someone just like kidnapped me, I would not try to escape. I don't care enough. So
okay, right now you are 22, 23? 22. Do you feel like you're not gonna change what you're saying right now because you are relatively young? I honestly would consider you dumb because at your age I'd considered myself dumb for the decisions that
not me.
you'd
Like,
make.
not me. I am smart as hell.
Okay,
I'm very smart.
I'm actually gonna bring in some science because I agree you're a science savvy person. our frontal lobe doesn't develop until you're 25. So before
For other people,
25, science wise, any decision that you make is a little bit dumb because your brain
yeah,
is
it's
not
just emotional.
fully
Dumb.
developed.
Not it's not logical, it's emotional. It's not
Emotional,
dumb, it's just
illogical, whatever. But
yeah, I do know that I do sometimes act out of emotions, and I just look at it, I'm like I like to sit with myself and I just look at everything. I'm like, okay, let's just say I was an evil person. Would I act like this or like this? You know? Yeah. So the thing is, am I gonna act out? Here's the thing. Other things, I'm just gonna act straight out of emotions. Like when I'm ovulating, and then yeah, I might act out of emotions. But any other time, that shit is dead.
okay, so you believe that because you're going through ovulation, you experience certain things are heightened, and that's science, right? That's you believe, but you don't believe that some of the things that you are deciding to do right now are emotionally not smart or
Look,
viable.
every time I look back, it's like I get dumber. You know, like the more what I knew, I was so much wiser when I was a kid. That's my problem. Like everything that I stood for, and I get to being an adult, I just break all the rules. That's the problem. But when I was a kid, I knew what's right and what's wrong. Now I do know what's right and what's wrong. It's just that I don't care enough to do what's right or what's wrong. You see the problem? But the thing is, I do know what's right and I do know what's wrong. And I do know what I should do and what I shouldn't do. But I just choose to, like, whatever. I mean, like, sometimes you need, like, a bit of chaos in your life. Like, I'm very self-aware. Like, I'm self-aware to a point where therapy doesn't work for me because, trust me, I know what's wrong. I know what's wrong with me. I know where it went wrong. Know what I need to do. But I don't care enough. That the ones that bro, I just look at the things that I do. I'm like, but that was funny. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to do them perfect that they funny. Like I'm messy like as fuck. Like I'm super messy. I know there's like a couple niggas that hate me and you guys have every right to. Like I'm super messy, like, and it's fun. At the end of the day, I don't have anything to lose because I don't stand for anything, and so I don't have
Okay,
anything
cool.
to
I'm
lose.
I'm gonna ask you, do you not have people in your life though that you would say that when they tell you things you do consider or take into like advice that
No, I'm the smart one. Everyone asks me for advice.
not even Nota?
Oh, I didn't think that far. I mean, like, Note is smart. Like, he is smart, and I feel like we have the same sentiments towards like a lot of things.
Hmm.
That yeah.
I don't believe so though.
Why not?
I've
Because
listened
I play.
to Nota speak. I've heard the certain things that he does say. I don't think Nota doesn't believe there's no purpose in life like you do.
Okay, but like that's just a
I don't.
personal thing. That's more for personal thing. That's what I think.
No, I don't mean like in the sense of just thinking only. It's just I mean in terms of like how he lives, how he thinks, how he feels, a certain ideologies that he
Look,
holds.
just because
And
I personally feel like there's no purpose to life doesn't mean I do stupid things. Look, I'm very responsible. Like I'm super responsible, and I make good choices. Like I make really good choices. Like if I ever make a bad choice, it's just because it was funny and it doesn't have any consequences that are actually like, really bad. It's just like something that's just gonna be funny to look at, But other than that, I make really good choices because again, I don't have time for consequences. Like that's just too much work for me. I'm gonna keep saying that I'm lazy. Okay, I'm emotionally lazy. I am not mentally lazy. My brain's overactive, but I'm emotionally lazy. I don't have time to deal with things that are gonna fuck me up emotionally. I don't.
do you feel like you're hurt though as a person?
No, not really. Again, I told you my only emotion is confusion. Do I wake up confused every day? Yes, I'm always confused. Am I confused right now? Yeah, because I have two talking stages and I don't know how I'm gonna ghost both of them. I am confused.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna end this podcast on your podcast. You have a new podcast right now called Two Girls, One Mic. What's the whole point of that?
Basically, it's just me and my friend, and we just talk about our weeks. Basically, every week we just talk about random stuff that happens in our lives.
So again, it's another like fun side quest thing for you. It's
Yeah.
nothing really.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, we just talk about those stuff, and I'm like, oh, let's just get this on camera. This is what we do every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's Azanian doll for you.